My name is Eric Kemp. I work as the training chief here for Chandler Fire Department. Today, we're going to celebrate the graduation. We had 21 recruits that came through our recent regional academy. Obviously, 6 of them up here on stage. We have 4 from AFMA, 2 from Tolleson. We went to this group, and I mean the group as a whole, all 21, a couple weeks ago, and said, hey, how do you guys want us to handle the graduation? You can either bring one person, and all 21 of you sit up here on stage, or we can break it up and do 3 separate ceremonies. And they chose to have more family and friends here. And so we understand that it's not as big a ceremony as we normally do for these folks, but they're the ones who made that decision, and we're glad they did. And so we welcome you guys sitting here in the room today, and also those that are watching on our live stream through YouTube. First thing I want to say is just thank you to both departments, Tolleson and AFMA. It's an honor for Chandler Fire Department to actually be able to host a regional academy, and to know that and we do run with part of AFMA through Sun Lakes. We see them a lot on calls, but Tolleson we don't. And you know, but it is an honor for us, and I think that echoes throughout not only the department but our city as well. I also want to tell you guys thanks for the resources and the people that you've let us have. I already mentioned that in our last with Scottsdale, but also AFMA has given us basically 1 full-time RTO. We had a firefighter, and they're going to all get introduced here in a minute, as well as another captain. So we had plenty of help from all the departments, as well as trucks and everyone that's come out to help us out. And last, basically our MC for this thing is our lead RTO. I can't thank him enough for all of his hard work. He did everything behind the scenes, as well as make sure these instructors are ready to go day-to-day basis. So I'll introduce to you Captain Ellen Blaine.
Thank you, Chief Kemp. Welcome, everybody. Grab my notes out of the pile here. Again, welcome to Chandler Fire's graduation ceremony for our Regional Recruit Academy. I'm Captain Alan Blaine, the lead recruit training officer for Task Force Class 20-01. I'm lead recruit training officer, but I'm only a small part of the team. And if I may, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce the rest of my team who were pivotal in the training and mentoring of these 6 individuals and the balance of the 21 as a whole. So I'd like to introduce Captain Bill Cruther with Scottsdale Fire Department. Captain Tony Ambrosia, Scottsdale Fire Department. Captain Martin Lane, Arizona Fire Medical Authority. Captain Tom Fouché, Chandler Fire Department. And we also have Captain Chuck Boughton, Arizona Fire Medical Authority. And Firefighter King, also Arizona Fire Medical Authority. These gentlemen were pivotal in the training and the delivery of education for our 21 recruits. And I can't speak volumes enough about having them as a resource for our program itself. This staff is made up of 4 different agencies. And like Chief Kemp had shared before, it's a pretty big undertaking to run a regional academy. Not only do you educate 4 different departments and their cultures, but it comes out as a benefit because we'll also run calls with those 4 different organizations potentially with the automatic aid system in the Valley. We were fortunate within our staff alone. If you take a cumulative total of all of our experience, we have well over 100 hours of fire service experience that we were able to share and deliver to these now firefighters. With that being said, this wouldn't have been possible without the support from all of our respective organizations. Chandler Fire Department, we thank Chief DeWiggins and Chief Chapman and Arizona Fire Medical Authority, and we have Chief Chant and Chief Bravo who've been pivotal in helping us. And we also have Chief Gonzalez, who is from Tolleson Fire Department. So I said 21 recruits, and you see 6 of them up here. We were very fortunate. I come from a teaching background in addition to the fire service, and actually I was fortunate enough to spend a majority of that time, a little over 10 years, teaching with Camp Ambrosia at the community college level. And one of the things that we taught was the the college fire academy. And we get quite a diverse group in there. Going into this, we knew we were going to have quite a bit of diversity coming in from all the respective organizations and their backgrounds themselves. And with that, there's a little bit of concern. How is it going to gel well? Well, I can tell you all those concerns that we have were completely unfounded, because even before their first day here, day one, they were already networking, working together, and had plans in place to execute and make sure that they were able to fill their obligations to us and to ensure that they complete their training without any hiccups. So for that, I applaud them. Again, I mentioned they come from a diverse background. Out of 21 recruits, we had one as young as 21 and one as old as 37. We also had a diverse prior service or prior employment, where we had one barista who was actually a black apron, is what we were told. We didn't even know that was a thing, but it's like the special forces of baristas. And all the way up through military veterans. And we were very fortunate, and I keep using that word, and I don't think I could use it enough, because as a collective, they were able to draw on all those experiences and their experiences from former occupations, from just life experiences, and that exponentially helped them succeed. They were able to become far more cohesive than any other fire academy that I've ever had the history of dealing with. So I thank the recruits, and especially these 6 individuals, because they're staring right at me, for their commitment to our program. Without that, and the smiling faces every single morning, even though when they had the calendar and they knew we were up for long stretches, they were there ready to take on the task, and they accomplished it without, I don't think we had one single hiccup. So I would also now like to take the opportunity. I'm going to have Chief Gonzalez from Tolleson Fire Department. He's going to get up and say a few words with respect to his organization.
Hello, my name is Ernesto Gonzalez, and I work for the city of Tolleson. I'm one of 3 battalion chiefs that work out there. First and foremost, I thank the families for supporting our firefighters. I know they've gone through a hard time. It's been a rough time for everybody, especially with COVID. I want to thank the staff who has been selfless this entire time. I know it's hard out there. You guys have did an amazing job. Now, to our firefighters, congratulations. You guys worked hard. You guys finally made it, and you're here. So with that being said, I'll keep it short. I'm going to leave you guys with 3 things. Never forget how hard you worked to get here. Live your interview. And don't stop learning and earning your position every day. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Gonzalez. I'd now like to give Chief DeChant from Arizona Fire Medical Authority opportunity to speak.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris DeChant. I'm an assistant chief with Arizona Fire Medical Authority. I should have gone before Chief Gonzalez because I believe he said everything that I wanted to say. Just once again, seriously, congratulations to the families. Without your support and the friends and everyone that has supported our recruits, obviously would not be here today. I would also like to thank Chandler Fire Department, and especially Chief Dwiggins and Chief Chapman. So I was joking around earlier. I've known Chief Dwiggins for 25 years plus. He's much younger than I am, fortunately, so he was still in school, I believe, when that occurred. But they've done a phenomenal job with this recruit training academy. I have previous experience with another agency where I was the training division chief when we launched another regional academy. And it pains me to say, but this program may be slightly better than the one that I was previously affiliated with.
The challenges that they faced and the recruits faced with COVID and the way that it was handled during this academy has been truly incredible. And you even look right now, I will tell you that it's amazing that we're able to have an in-person graduation. So they're very innovative and have definitely thought outside of the box. To the recruits, I would like to tell you congratulations as well. If you remember the first day of the academy, I talked about I had shadow box. It's hanging in my office. If you ever get by the AFMA administration, you can see it hanging there, and reminded you a lot like Chief Gonzalez did to remember to live your interview, right? It's easy as a recruit to be committed. As you get along in your career and you see, unfortunately, you experience some of the experiences that we experience with horrific calls and just the call volume that we run, your attitude can slightly change. Another thing, and I was saying this to Chief Dwiggins, earlier, you guys gave your word in a written form to Chief Dwiggins that for the AFMA folks, unfortunately, he gave me the copies, so I'm going to pass them on to Chief Bisco. But please remember the commitment that you made. This is very, very important. Please remember that you're truly blessed to be in the profession that we're in, and you truly, I know it gets way overused, but you've won the lottery. So always remember today. I can tell you right now, 25 years ago, I was sitting in the seats that you're sitting in, and I can remember my academy like it was yesterday, even though it's unfortunately a quarter of a century ago. So with that, just once again, congratulations to everybody, and thank you.
Thank you, Chief DeChamp. So the next portion of our program is going to be the badge presentation and pinning. So we're going to lead with Arizona Fire Medical Authority. I'm going to have Chief DeChamp and the other RTOs join us on stage. When I call your firefighter's name, you like hearing the sound of that? Yeah. Firefighter's name, we ask that the individual who's going to do the pinning just progress up to the stage. We'll have you come up on that side. We'll pin the badge. We'll pause for a brief photo opportunity, and then we'll ask you that you return to your seat, and we can continue on. Our first firefighter is Stefan Boehm. He's going to be pinned by his wife, Amy. Our next firefighter, Bailey Jones. Bailey will be pinned by her father, Brad. Did you set me up, Bailey? I feel like I should be calling him Mr. Jones. Next firefighter is Christopher McParland. Firefighter McParland is going to be pinned by his wife, Alicia, and daughter, Addison.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
And now firefighter Andrew Tucker. Andrew's going to be pinned by his girlfriend, Amanda. At this point, Chief DeChant is going to swear in the 4 newest firefighters of the Arizona Fire and Medical Authority.
Stay up here. Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of firefighter of Arizona Fire and Medical Authority according to the best of my ability and in a manner consistent with the statutes of the state of Arizona applicable to fire districts. So help me God. Congratulations.
And now for the pinning of Tolleson Fire Department's 2 newest firefighters. like to call up Jacob Marty. He's going to be pinned by his father, Captain Marty. Last but not least, the big man himself, Zach Oliver. Zach's going to be pinned by his wife, Ashley. I get it. You're done with me. Oh, yeah. I appreciate it. All right, Mr. Marty, come on up. Now we're going to have Chief Gonzalez swear in firefighter Marty and firefighter Oliver.
Ready? Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Jacob Oliver,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of laws of the state of Arizona, and the city of Tolleson Code. That I will, with true faith and allegiance, bear the same and defend against all enemies whatsoever.
and defend against
And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of firefighters according to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of firefighter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, if I may, I'd like to ask the new firefighters if they'd take a seat in the front row, with the exception of firefighter McParland. Firefighter McParland is going to speak on behalf of his fellow recruits.
Welcome, and thank you for attending our graduation of Task Force 20-01. As all of you know, we are in a bit of a pandemic and only able to bring a select number of friends and family. So let me start off by saying congratulations on making the cut. Thank you to all those watching online as well. Believe me, we wanted to invite everyone. In all seriousness, this journey could not be accomplished without the love and support from our friends and families. You all made us a priority by preparing us meals, helping with laundry, watching the little ones, and letting us study, or for some, not going to say any names, Marty, play video games. We would not be on this stage right now if it wasn't for you, so thank you for being selfless and picking up the slack. The past few months have been stressful, challenging, but most importantly, one of the best experiences of our lives. It's true what they say. It's the most fun you never want to have again. It feels like just yesterday we were waking up as early as 4 a.m., stressed out and contemplating whether or not we packed everything for the first morning. We were all nervous, but took the leap and donned our red shirts for the very first time to start this journey of becoming professional firefighters. Throughout the academy, we learned so much from so many, including ourselves, knowing what our fears were and facing them head on. Whether that was climbing ladders, being in confined spaces with zero visibility, or running a chainsaw for the first time on a pitched roof some 40 feet off the ground. We all faced struggles in some way. We all made mistakes, but we did so with a smile on our face and an eagerness to learn. Some of those mistakes included physically falling down. Both firefighter Bame and I are in this category, which we still think there has been a sniper lurking around the training grounds. However, our very own firefighter Jones actually partook in the sniping and accidentally hit Captain Blaine in the face with a straight stream during an evolution. The verdict's still out whether or not it was intentional. Throughout the academy, we've pushed our bodies to the limit, both physically and mentally. I know we will never forget the countless times that Captain Ambrosia had us pull the 2.5-inch hose upstairs to the second story, or how Captain Crow would have us see the academy grounds from a higher point of view at the top of the 6-story tower. Talking about all these challenges we face, there's only one word that comes to mind: good. Through these struggles, we learned our true potentials and that together as brothers and sister, we can accomplish any task assigned to us, even learning our left foot from our right during cadence runs every Wednesday morning. One could not ask for a more professional and knowledgeable cadre of RTOs. They have trained with us, sweat with us, and not all, but some would join in on a run with us. Each RTO brought something unique to the table. Captain Fouché would be the first smiling face we would see at 6 a.m. sharp, but with that, we knew it was usually followed by the dreaded morning physical training. We did get lucky and get some yoga and stretching in on a few mornings, though. He also got us ready for the real world side of this job and fine-tuned us in EMS training every Monday. Captain Knight, who unfortunately isn't up here with us right now, imposed upon us a plethora of knowledge in different hose loads and fireground tactics, as well as teaching us the most fluent and efficient way to perform each firefighter function. Captain Bowden taught us tips and tricks of ladder functions, fireground ops, and that communication is key in all aspects of this career. Captain Crowther instilled in us that attention to detail, discipline, and not eating sugar leads to a long, successful career. Captain Ambrosia, to be honest with you, scared all of us on the first day, and it was the consensus of the recruits that he was going to be the one yelling and putting the fear of God in us. Little did we know we couldn't have been more wrong. He would turn the tough guy mode on and off, but in the end, he was a big teddy bear that shared several of his personal experiences and was willing to do anything he asked us to, except run. Captain Lane was always the calm, cool, and collected RTO that we knew we would get, that we could go to for anything. He would always lead by example and teach us to have a full view and open mindset about whatever hazard was in front of us. Lastly, we have our lead RTO, Captain Blaine. He always kept us on track for all of the training throughout the 15 weeks and truly made this academy a blast. He would hold us to a very high standard and expect nothing but attention to detail and 100% effort. There were times that he would shake his head in disappointment with us, but he never gave up. He personally took each day to learn about each recruit and create a relationship with them. There wasn't one day in the academy that he didn't make all of us laugh at some joke that he would say. One in particular was his favorite. He would sarcastically say, "We will see if all 20 of you will make it to graduation," knowing that all 21 of us will look around like, who's going to be that one? Look at us now, though, sir. All 21 of us got our badges. The progressive structure of our academy, referred to as crawl, walk, run, provided us the greatest opportunity to develop a strong foundation and begin filling our toolboxes. The red shirt we donned 15 weeks ago was so much more than a shirt. It represented a milestone in itself while simultaneously marking the beginning of a journey together. Through trials and tribulations, our shirts are now blue, and we stand before you as the newest generation of professional firefighters. However, we are not defined by our attire or titles, but the content of our character, values, and attitude. We know the real work begins now. We all wanted to personally thank the City of Chandler for allowing us to use their state-of-the-art facility and equipment to train, as well as a heartfelt thank you to all of the chiefs, RTOs, and online crews that came down and impacted us in ways we couldn't describe. Most of all, thank you once again to all of the friends and families that made this possible for us. Task Force, it's been a pleasure and an honor. Best of luck to you all.
Thank you, Firefighter McParland. Now the Regional Recruit Training Academy would like to share a video. It's a compilation of everything that these 6 fine individuals have experienced over the course of 15 weeks.
Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them, we are the task force, the mighty, mighty task force, Task Force on three! 1, 2, 3! Task Force!
Okay, in closing, I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate our new fellow brothers and sister firefighters to our family. Without your steadfast commitment, without your enduring perseverance, without your heart, this wouldn't have been half the success that it turned out to be. I appreciate your ability to come in, even, when we had the long grind and we still faced it head on and took it on and didn't have anything to derail our direction. Congratulations. These individuals spent the last 15 weeks taking countless tests. I think total, I had over about 5,000 quizzes and tests come through the system, which in itself is thousands and thousands of questions. So not only the time out here on the grinder and getting physically beat up and educated throughout the day, but they have to invest in time at home, and that comes at a cost. So I'd like to thank our families and our girlfriends and spouses, boyfriends, for being there and being the support network, because without you, I don't believe that our individuals would have been half as successful as they were. Again, thank you for allowing us to have them. Lastly, I'd like to thank the agencies for their support. Regional Recruit Training Academy can't go off without having all the pieces there, all the legs of the table to stand on. I'd like to thank again Chief DeChant, Arizona Fire Medical Authority, as well as Chief Bravo for allowing us the resources, and in particular, Captain Lane, Captain Boughton, and Firefighter King. They were worth their weight in gold, and I appreciate you sending me such valuable resources to help us. I'd also like to thank Chief Gonzalez and the Tolleson Fire Department for helping support us. They had an apparatus come down for ladder extrication day, and they were able to extend their vast knowledge on our recruits as well. And lastly, I'd like to thank Chandler Fire Department, Chief DeWiggins, Chief Chapman, and the organization as a whole, and Chief Kemp, our division training chief, for their continued support in ensuring that this thing is as successful as it is. So with that, I'd like to conclude the ceremony. We do have refreshments out in the Recruit Training Center. I would ask that you take up your new firefighters on the opportunity to go tour the facility and check out what they've been going through the last 15 weeks, right? Thank you for coming.